Okay, here we go with our S vlog. Today it's about 8 in the morning, June 1st. What a good day to start. Right on the 1st of June of 2021. Um, we're going to start reading in Genesis here. Okay, so let's go ahead and read these words. All right, we're going to start with chapter 1. Okay. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." I remember always trying to figure out that word, firmament. It's like something firm, maybe? Something that divides the waters from the waters would be what, land? Firmament. That's just my thoughts. God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. Huh. So that makes me think of the water in the sky, right? The clouds and the water on. There's like an ocean in the sky, kind of, or they call them, I heard people call it rivers in the sky. And God called the firmament heaven, which would be the sky or the clouds, and the evening and the morning were the second day. All right, this is day 2. We've got so far in the creative, we've got light, we've got land, we got earth, basically. We got water. We got water divided into like different forms, liquid form and state of gas, I guess. All right. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. Oh, wait, there's the dry land. So maybe I'm wrong about the firmament. And God called the dry land earth. Okay. So this was on the next day. And the gathering together of the waters called he seas, and God saw that it was good. God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind, and God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. Huh. Seasons are created. The stars, I guess, is being mentioned here. Days and years. So this order. And God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. Okay, so there we go. Stars, we got the moon, got the sun. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. So the firmament, again, just because I thought of something firm, the firmament of the heaven. Yeah, I'm still not that word. That word just doesn't in a place. It doesn't give place in my mind as to what it actually is. And to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. So we see, I remember reading about, when I was a kid, all the animals, and, as he spells out each day, you're just like seeing all this stuff. Like you're seeing the earth, you're seeing, it's just building this picture of how everything is being built up. Of course, nowadays, what about the dinosaurs and all that kind of stuff? I really don't know. I don't know. It mentions whales, talks about fowls of the air. But dinosaurs. I would want to say, when was the first dinosaur fossil discovered, and who gave it that name? Because that name would not be if it's a newer name. Like I don't know. We have Google now at our disposal, and it's just a question like who termed that creature a dinosaur. And so when did that term come out? Because the Bible are these words that were translated like through millennia, right? Thousands of years. Thousands. Oh, yeah, this goes back before Christ, right? So we're in the year, 2021. So if you go back and to zero, I guess, or BC, before Christ, I guess, and you go back to that time, this is supposed to go back another, I believe 4,000 years, maybe 3,000, who knows? And stretching all the way till today. So the term dinosaur wouldn't have existed in that time, right? Nobody would have been talking about dinosaurs back then, or if they had a name for it, it would have been a different name. But I would like to know when that term came out for dinosaur, because that's common today. We grow up as kids I grew up learning about dinosaurs. And they're like a form of reptile. They're a kind of creature. They're like giant lizards, basically, and all that kind of stuff. And the big old, all these other creatures like that are winged, right? But what are those ones called? I forget. But they're not birds. They're like a lizard type flying creature. Because they found, I think, fossils for that too. So, here these words are terms that we could relate with whoever was translating this out into English. Could say great whales. They could say fowl, so that we could all go, okay, birds, whales, we know what that is. And people back then who didn't even know what dinosaurs were, if you were to put dinosaur, I mean, the word didn't even exist yet, right? So dinosaur is a newer term, I would think. That'd be interesting to know. So people ask about that. What about the dinosaurs? Well, again, terminology. What is that word? Where that word come? How did you learn about that word? And if you go back thousands of years, that word wouldn't be in here, right? But maybe he's talking about creeping things. He's talking about beasts. He's talking about, well, things we're familiar with, cattle, creatures after his kind. So I don't know. Again, mystery. And according to, our scientific findings, the dinosaurs were way before this, even before man appeared, I guess. So that's, I guess they're trying to say, well, um, you know, God is, who knows what his periods are? There's the other thing, a period of time. I mean, a day for God is 1,000 years to man, or something like that. So when he's saying day one, for him, it's like, what's time to him if he's an eternal being? Like, oh, this is one day to me, and everybody else, like us, we're like, oh my gosh, that's a long, long time. It's like, ooh, thousands of years or whatever it is. It's an indefinite time period for us because we don't know how he measures. We measure time according to our reckoning. In fact, he created the measurement of time according to this. He started saying, well, we'll break it down by years for you guys. He'll start creating seasons. He's creating time measurement for man. Like he's so